They called her a genius, they called her visionary, they even called her a witch. But not for the magic in her books, for the words she dared to write and the opinions she dared to share. Her story is one of imagination, but also of scrutiny, controversy, and a modern day trial unlike any the world has seen. Welcome to the British podcast, The Witch Trials of J.K. Rowling. This is Chapter 1, The Beginning of the Trial. In this episode, we explore how J.K. Rowling rose from relative obscurity to global fame, how her creation captured the hearts of millions, and how she ultimately became the subject of public scrutiny and debate. A witch trial for the modern age, conducted not by judges and courts but by society itself. J.K. Rowling's journey began in Edinburgh, Scotland, a single mother struggling to make ends meet who found solace in writing in cafes while her infant daughter slept beside her. With a notebook and a pen, she dreamed of a boy wizard, a boy who would fight evil, who would face loss, fear, and injustice, but who would ultimately show courage, friendship, and resilience. In 1997, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was published. The story captivated children and adults alike. Families lined up at bookstores, children carried their books to school with pride. A world that had once been mundane suddenly shimmered with magic. Rowling's creation wasn't just fantasy, it offered lessons about morality, courage, and compassion. It reminded readers that even in dark times, choices define who we are. For many, it was a source of hope, escape, and wonder. But the world does not keep its heroes safe forever. As her fame grew, so did scrutiny, interviews, essays, and public statements. Once small and personal were magnified, dissected, and debated. Every opinion about identity, morality, and society became fodder for discussion and sometimes for condemnation. The whispers began quietly, a tweet here, a comment there, a debate about social issues. And then the trial began. Not in a court, not with judges or lawyers, but in newspapers, social media, threads, and online forums. Fans were divided. Critics amplified every word. The woman who had inspired millions was now facing a storm of public judgment. Her crime was not about spells, magic, or fiction. It was about ideas, about expressing herself in a world eager to judge, about existing in a space where admiration and accountability collide. This was a modern witch trial. The accused had a voice, unlike the woman burned for alleged witchcraft centuries ago. But the stakes were different, and the pressure was immense. Every word, every decision became evidence, and society watched, waiting for her to falter, to apologize, or to vanish quietly. Yet, Rowling did not disappear. She continued to write, she continued to speak, she continued to exist as herself. Imperfect, human, and unbound. Chapter 1 is not about innocence or guilt. It's about understanding a phenomenon, the modern witch trial. How society elevates, idealizes, and judges its heroes. How fame can transform admiration into scrutiny. How a person who once gave joy to millions can suddenly become a symbol of controversy. Much like historical witch trials, it is a story of fear, misunderstanding, and power. Except the witches now are those who challenge societal expectations, those who speak freely in a world that demands compliance. Rowling's trial is also a story about accountability. It is about how public opinion can change perception, how the court of social media often bypasses nuances, and how one voice, no matter how powerful, can be questioned endlessly. Chapter 1 closes not with judgment but with perspective. We see the rise of a writer, the magic she created, and the beginning of a storm she never imagined. We see how society constructs trials often out of fear or misunderstandings, and how individuals must navigate fame, influence, and scrutiny in a world that is always watching. Her story reminds us trials are never just about the accused. They are about the society that judges, they are about power, fear, and the courage to stand when silence seems easier. If you want to discover how Harry Potter's creator navigated fame, controversy, and the modern witch trial, stay tuned for chapter 2, where we explore the global phenomenon of Harry Potter, the rise of a legend, and the public firestorm that would define a generation. So, dear students, if you have understood the explanation, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel and comment below your thoughts on it. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Happy learning!